seeds, and welcome to Soulful Sunday, your weekly channeled messages for the upcoming week of Sunday, November 28th to Saturday, December 4th. So let's get into it. First message from Spirit for this week. There is definitely an energy of chaos. I think that's an understatement, but particularly for this upcoming week, an energy of chaos coupled with this reminder of the eye of the storm. Being calm in the eye of the storm is what I am feeling and hearing. I feel like things are just getting turned up a notch this week coming up. New threats, new variants, etc., etc. I'm not going to get into specific details. I'm pretty sure you can pick up on the energy of what I am talking about. But what Spirit wants to remind you of is that as the outside world continues to get louder and more chaotic, there is more stuff that's coming up to get cleared, and that we cannot move forward unless we go through this together as a collective. So although there is an energy of chaos and things getting a little bit more hectic this week, we are being reminded to keep in mind that energy of eye of the storm, being calm in the eye of the storm. Easier said than done, but just tapping in to your inner light, your inner power, your inner sanctuary, staying firm, grounded, and rooted. So this ties in beautifully to the second message that I got from Spirit for this week. Sovereignty more than ever. Staying sovereign to yourself, your truth. Not only your physical body, having sovereignty over that, but having sovereignty over your truth and your authenticity and how you choose to show up to life every day or every week or every month. Every single day when you get up, it is a choice. It is your sovereign choice how you're going to choose to interact with the day. Yes, there are things that are always outside of our control, but what we can control is our sovereignty and how we choose to use our sovereignty. There are some places where outside forces and conditions are threatening the sovereignty and limiting the sovereignty. So what Spirit is asking you to do this week, if this applies to you, to figure out where you are still sovereign in your life. So even though there is this illusion or feeling of, the walls are getting smaller, lanes getting smaller for you, your options, your choices are getting more limited, there are still other areas of your life where you are choosing to be sovereign in terms of who you're choosing to interact with, and boundaries and healthy boundaries. There's a whole other plethora of ways that we can exercise our sovereignty. That is a message from Spirit as well. The next message is envisioning what a higher timeline looks like or feels like, but balanced with the reality of what currently is. So let's dive into that one a little bit. What Spirit means by this, of course, it's important to anchor into the highest timeline possible, to hold the light, to hold your frequency. But we need to balance that with what is actually currently happening in our reality around us. Because if we just focus so much on what we want the world to be like, but we're not putting any energy or awareness into what currently is, we can never get there because we're delusional and we're just being caught up in this without really moving through this, feeling this, integrating this, which is what we're currently doing right now. So of course we're going to hold the light, and holding the light doesn't mean that you're not aware that there is corruption, coercion, manipulation, a lot of lower level energetic frequencies at play, different agendas at play, different timelines. Of course there are, but when you hold your light, it's like the biggest fuck you to still choose to hold your light and find happiness in day-to-day things and small things versus, getting encompassed by the darkness. So we need the dark, we need the light, yes, of course, but we need you, starseed, to hold your light and to really be in your light this week, whatever that looks like for you, whatever limitations you may have on that, still choosing to tap into your light and show up with your light in the ways that you can. And yes, of course, envision a new world, envision what that would look like, meditate on that, hold those frequencies, but also look at what is coming up and being realistic about you know, where we are, where we want to go. Yes, there's quite a bit of distance in between that, but it's not impossible, and we're always moving in life no matter what. Life goes on whether you want it to or not. So we can hold these frequencies and have these higher thoughts and visions for the future, and we can also be looking at stuff that's coming up now and moving with the collective consciousness to clear that. So then the last message I got for this week is hectic doesn't mean productive. Whew, so this is a good lesson for me as well. So just because things are hectic and you're busy and it feels like you are accomplishing things and being productive according to the old paradigm of the 3D that we are currently exiting, it doesn't mean you're actually accomplishing anything. Like if you run around all day with a chicken with your head, like a chicken with their head cut off, and you're just, you know, you're going here, you're going here, you're going here, blah, 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 and you're doing that day after day after day, and it's like, well, at least I helped this person, or at least I got this done, or whatever the justifications may be. I understand that, you know, it is life and we are human, so there are certain things that we need to do. But if you're caught in that loop all the time of always doing stuff for other people or always doing things like around the house that need to get done, it's not really long-term energetically, it's not actually that productive, because you're just getting things done in the physical that are just temporary things, and you're not maintaining your soul and your frequency and nourishing yourself on that deep soul level. That is what Spirit is bringing our attention to this week, that is actually way more productive than checking off a list with like 25 things that, oh, at least I did all that, but now I feel like shit and I'm tired because I did all that stuff, and next week I'm gonna have even more stuff to do. So finding that balance between, yes, there are things we always need to do and accomplish, sure, but times when we don't need to get everything done in one day or in one chunk of time, where we can step back and take time for ourselves, that is more productive than doing everything at once. So those are the messages. We're just going to recap. There's 4. So first one, chaos, eye of the storm energy this upcoming week, staying anchored into your sovereignty, number 2. Number 3, envisioning what a higher timeline looks and feels like, balance with the reality of what's actually happening, and, you know, figuring out your balance and your purpose with both of those things. And 4, hectic doesn't mean productive. So those are your 4 messages, and we're going to do a card pull as well, just see if there's any extra ones. So the deck that I am doing this week is Secret Language. It might be too bright on the camera. Secret Language, there we go, of Light by Denise Jarvie. Hope I'm saying that right. Anyways, this is a really nice deck. I'll even show you like the backs of the card. They're just so pretty. Okay. So we're just gonna ask, are there any other messages that you need to know for this upcoming week? The highest good of all involved. Okay, so I've got 4 cards. Actually, we're gonna do 5. Why not? Interesting. Okay, so the first card that I got is a manifestation card. And I've actually really been feeling this too. Like we're actually really quickly manifesting right now because of these like time loops and warps it feels like we're going through. Manifestation is like this. Like, I don't know for you guys, but I'll have thoughts about something, or I wish this would happen, or I wish blah, blah, blah. And like little things are starting to bleed through in my reality that before I feel would take longer to do. So being really mindful of your thoughts right now, your thoughts, your words especially. I also need this reminder, like words are spells, right? So how you talk about other people, how you talk about yourself, how you talk about your life or what you're dealing with, that really sets the frequency and the energetic tone of what's going to play out, especially right now. It's really, really potent. So being mindful of your thoughts and your words in this upcoming week. But I also feel like it's a good thing to do all the time, not for this week only. Oh, next card, Soul Journey. So I really like this card. I'm not sure if you can see, there's like a little staircase going up on the side here. So I see this as an individual, like we are all individually having a soul journey. Like we are having an experience as a collective, but we're also having an individual experience and journey. So more people, more star seeds, more light workers are really going to be called to go within this week, because the outside world is amping up and there is going to be a lot of more extra noise, and it's getting louder and it's getting more and more, quite frankly, ridiculous. So a lot more of us are going to be retreating. I see these stairs as kind of, you go up the stairs, you're retreating into yourself, right? Yourself, your higher self, source, spirit, whoever you connect with. So that's definitely happening. And this is a great card. Kind of goes in with the messages we were talking about as well. Let your light shine. So we just touched on that a little bit with that message from Spirit of anchoring in to higher frequencies and anchoring into your light, but being aware of what's playing out currently and just, seeing with this eye as opposed to these eyes, this eye, but also feeling what's happening too. Does this make sense? Does this resonate? Does this story feel right? Does this feel true? But yeah, so definitely we are here for a reason. We need to shine our lights. That's why we're here at this time. Your energy has way more of an effect than you will ever potentially even become aware of while you're alive in your human body. So your energy is so potent right now. So it's really important for you to do the little things that help keep you in your light. Oh, this is cool. Okay, so this next card is color. So this is pretty cool. So I'm actually developing a chart with like color therapy with the chakras and foods to eat, because I do intuitive eating consultations for people, for star seeds, light workers, etc. So I'm coming up with a chart that I'm actually going to have on my back wall in my office, but it's also going to be a PDF, and I just feel like they kind of wanted me to talk about that and color and eating colors, and I've really been pushed by Spirit lately to eat more color. So bringing color into your world, because colors have frequencies, right? So if we want to nourish the solar plexus, we want to have yellow foods, yellow soup, yellow, I don't know, a banana, whatever it may be, but eating foods of certain colors and doing color therapy that way for yourself, like even doing like a turmeric juice or something with turmeric. It's almost like it's like sunshine, right? It's like you're putting that sunshine yellow frequency into your body, and that can only help you to raise your frequency and shine your light even more. So that's really cool. So exploring color therapy this week, if you can. If you're at the grocery store, you see something colorful and you don't even know how to cook it, just pick it up and go home and look online on how to cook it. Just something fun for yourself this week, and see how you feel after you eat it. Okay, so the last card for this week is Nothing Has Gone Wrong. And I actually really want to, my eyes really been focused on this, the yin and yang symbol, right? Like you can't have the light without a little bit of dark, and you can't have the dark without a little bit of light. So nothing has gone wrong, even though it seems like everything has gone wrong. Let's be real, like everything is just going to shit. Know that it is happening, but it's also an illusion and a veil that is thinning, so that we can really truly see things that have been going wrong for so long, so that we can make them right. So this card is reminding us that whatever unfolds this week, whatever kind of chaos comes into your world personally or collectively on a global scale, that nothing actually has gone wrong, and we are playing out this experience together, and you can't have the light without the dark. So even though it appears like everything is dark, it's not. There's always light within, because we need both to exist in this reality. So those are your messages for this week, a little bit longer this week. I hope that was helpful for you. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a like, a subscribe, share this video with your friends, your spiritual friends. I would love to hear from you in the comments if this resonated for you, and I will see you next week, next Sunday, for the next Soulful Sunday, and we will start looking at some December energies and how we're going to wrap up this final year of 2021. All right, have a great week. Ciao.